Assalamualaikum and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're now with me, Yusuf Shukri, for English TVS News at 5. Let us begin with our top story. As the tabling of the 2024 Malaysian budget draws near, Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, emphasises the need for substantial allocations to drive Sarawak's development on par with its counterparts in Peninsula. This development agenda encompasses critical aspects such as water, electricity, road networks, as well as improvements in education and healthcare infrastructure.
Supaya Sarawak dapat diberi peruntukan yang lebih besar untuk kita melaksanakan kemudahan-kemudahan yang diperlukan seperti jalan raya, jembatan, bekalan elektrik, bekalan air, sistem telekomunikasi dan kemudahan-kemudahan yang lain, termasuk infrastruktur pendidikan, infrastruktur kesihatan. Ini adalah penting sebab kita tahu banyak sekolah-sekolah dalam keadaan ini. Begitu juga infrastruktur kesihatan. Kita bukan saja memerlukan penambahbaikan dari segi klinik-klinik yang sedia ada. Malah kita mahu lebih banyak klinik-klinik di desa, hospital-hospital yang perlu kita tingkatkan.
Tengah urge the federal government to construct better mechanisms to implement Sarawak-specific projects in the future.
Keduanya ialah kita harus memikirkan, kerajaan persekutuan harus memikirkan dari segi mechanism, mode of implementing. Kita bersyukur kerajaan persekutuan telah membantu projek-projek di bawah 50 juta diserah state government to implement. Tapi perkara ini harus diperhalus.
The Sarawak government is set to expand its rabies healthcare infrastructure by incorporating an additional 61 facilities into the existing roster of 30 centres, all equipped to administer post-bite vaccines. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, said this augmentation of facilities aims to enhance accessibility to vaccination services for individuals who have been bitten by potentially rabid animals. The matter was explained by Dr. Sim through a text speech read by Sarawak Deputy Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government Michael Tiang Ming T during World Rabies Day on Thursday.
I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to the healthcare workers, veterinarians, researchers, and organizations who have been at the forefront of rabies prevention efforts. I would like to congratulate the Sarawak State Health Department for the tremendous effort in increasing the healthcare facilities equipped with post-bite vaccines from 30 to 91 facilities.
He added vaccination is crucial for rabies prevention. In addition, another method to prevent infection is to immediately wash the bite wound under flowing water for 15 minutes.
Let us not forget, there is much work still to be done. We must continue to invest in research, education, and access to life-saving vaccines.
Now, in the same development, there is a pressing need to enhance public awareness regarding rabies prevention and treatment to curb the increasing number of fatal cases. And Deputy Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government Sarawak, Michael Tiang Ming T, pointed out that while rabies cases in Sarawak are currently manageable, there has been a noticeable rise in infections.
We have been doing a lot of awareness campaign. We have been sending a lot of messages through various channels. It seems the awareness level is still very low. we really had to urge the owner not to let their dogs or cats roam freely without control. Keep them in their house or within the house compound. If you are bitten, like what Dr. Oi just said, just now on stage, he said, we have to immediately seek treatment at any clinic kesehatan.
Now, police arrested 11 men after they tested positive for drugs during raids at entertainment outlets in Kuching. Kuching District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner of Police Asman Bajah said the raids were conducted by the district's Narcotics Crime Investigation Department since September 23rd. And in a statement, he said during the checks, a total of 46 men and 1 woman underwent the tests. The suspects, aged between 21 and 54 years old, are being investigated under Section 15 in bracket 1 in bracket A of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. If convicted, the accused may face a fine of not more than 5,000 ringgit or imprisonment of no more than 2 years. Asman also called on the public to reach out to the police for any suspicious activities. Thank you for staying with us. Multiple areas in Batu Kawah endured several days of power outage attributed to cable damage. A press release from Syarikat Sesko Berhad Sesko explained that the power disruption was a result of damage to 2 underground cables located along Jalan Field Force connecting Batu Kawah and Desa Wira. And this cable damage in turn impacted the electricity supply in Batu Kawah Heights, Desa Wira and Beautiful Garden.
The initial report was made on September 26, Tuesday, where technical team identified and replaced a faulty cable at Jalan Field Force. Another report was launched the following day at 10:30 p.m., which led to the replacement of an underground cable between Batu Kawah 5th Mile and Taman Desa Wira substations. Power have progressively restored to the affected areas by 12:30 p.m. on September 28. Members of the public can contact Sarawak Energy Berhad through various channels to report any incidences of power outages or suspicious activities near its facilities.
Now, over on national fare, the government acknowledges the people's desperation concerning the rising prices of goods that are detrimental to their livelihoods. Prime Minister cum Finance Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said his ministry is prepared to accommodate and provide assistance to counteract the effects.
Minta Menteri Amizan dengan Fuziah ada untuk memberikan perhatian dan dalam mesyuarat kabinet tiap minggu kerana mesyuarat nekol yang dipusatkan oleh Dr. Sri Zahid jalan. Jadi dan memang ada masalah. Saya akui ada masalah harga barang dan juga keperluan. Dan kita lihat beberapa negara sudah ada keresahan sosial yang besar kerana sekatan ekspor beras, peningkatan cukai ekspor bawang umpamanya, itu semua memberikan kesan kepada ekonomi dan juga barang-barang. Tapi kita cuba tangani bila harus Kementerian Kewangan menampung melalui bantuan, kita teruskan.
In the same development, Anwar said the subject of a possible cabinet reshuffle is not a pressing concern. Though the matter, he said, will be brought to the attention of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Al-Sultan Abdullahi Ayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah today during Anwar's weekly meeting with His Majesty.
Tapi tak mendesak sangat sebab yang 01 dan ini sedang saya dah minta Menteri Amizan.
The post of Minister of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living was left vacant following the passing of Datuk Sri Salahuddin Ayub on July 23rd. There are also opinions stating that Anwar will be withdrawing several ministers or deputy ministers who he deemed have been underperforming during their tenure in respective posts. Fueling the reshuffling further are the Pahang by-election for the Pelangai state seat slated to take place on October 7th, as well as the reshuffling of 5 high-ranking officers under the Madani government effective today.
A disabled Muslim man was beaten to death in India's national capital for allegedly stealing a small amount of food from a temple. 26-year-old Isar Muhammad was tied to a pole, tortured and beaten to death in New Delhi's Sundar Nagri area on Tuesday. He had been accused of taking some prasad or a ritualistic offering at a prayer event organized by the area's Hindus to observe the Ganesh Chaturthi festival.
In a graphic video purporting to show the incident that went viral on social media, 5 men can be seen beating Isar as he cries out in pain, pleading for them to stop. Police said Isar had been unable to explain himself or reason with temple officials because he had a mental disability. The incident came to light after his father, Abdul Wajid, informed the police on Tuesday night shortly after Isar succumbed to his injuries. The family said he was not a thief and had picked up the food from the offering because he was hungry. The victim's father told police that Isar was lying outside the house and writhing in pain, with injury marks all over his body. When he was found, he was brought home by one of their neighbors and died from his injuries shortly after. A post-mortem report showed blunt force injuries all over the victim's body, including his head, back, arms, and legs. The authorities have registered a murder case in the matter and arrested 7 people, including Kamal, 23 years old, his brother Manoj, 19, Yunus, 20, Kishan, 19, Papu, Lucky, a food stall owner, and a 17-year-old who has not been named.
Meanwhile, in Sweden, gang violence is on the rise and its Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson has decided to summon the country's army and police chief to mitigate the problem. He said the country has never experienced such level of violence in history. And in September alone, 11 lives were lost, making it Sweden's deadliest month since December 2019. 2 people were shot dead on September 27th at a bar, while a woman in her 20s was killed when a bomb exploded and destroyed a house early morning on September 28th. And that's all the time we have for English TVS News at 5. My name is Yusuf Shukri. Thank you for watching and have a good day ahead.